Hello everyone and welcome back to the Custard experience and welcome back to Autonauts. Last episode we built seedling trays and started milking cows, etc. And kind of ended up with a bit of a resource issue. I have since fixed a couple of things. As you can see, the forest is growing quite nicely. We've got a good amount of logs, planks, poles and fixing pegs, and our seedling tray is almost always full, as is a tree seed storage. So a couple of things that I did fix was we had an issue with the clay diggers. Their program was a bit broken. I fixed that. I sorted out the plank storage, etc. These bots, the 6 bots that make the planks at these saws, they will only make planks if the plank storage is not full. And in the game's definitions of full is not 100% full. Full is, I think it's I read somewhere it's 95%. So if the plank storage is anything less than 95, then it will come back as not full, and then the plank makers will work. I created a scythe maker. I wanted to get a scythe going, mostly for the turf prep guys. Last episode I did end up with the turf prep guys being able to pull up berries and berry bushes and trees and whatnot. I couldn't do flowers. I now have a flower lifter upper which will go and fetch a scythe. I did add a second fertilizer guy to carry fertilizer to the seedling storage, which is why it is full all the time now. And I made the clearing crew have a billboard now instead of just a sign, so the area that they can work in is much bigger. I made the power Mark II power upgrades. This guy now makes Mark II power upgrades, or good bot power upgrades, I guess. And my clay fuel provider got stuck somehow. I suspect once again because I was moving these storages around, so he got stuck, so I fixed him. And then I also made all of the blueprints bots always start with an if hands empty. Okay, so what are we doing this episode? This episode we are going to increase the number of folk that we have. I'm going to make it 12. The main reason for that is due to this little thing over here. I've actually just pinned that so we can have a look and see what that looks like. What else can I pin? I'll show you. Okay, so livestock. If I do 10 cows, then I will unlock a thing as well. Yep, that's that. So I can move towards these 2 plans for the game. 1 reward for housing 10 folk, or 1 reward for this official planning evolution level 2 plan is the big giant head. It is the mystical stone head, sorry. Not the big giant head. I'm going to call it the big giant head. This big giant head, you can just drop anything into it and it will just gobble it up, and it's a trash can, right? And that's very useful for the turf prep guys. But anyway, so that's what we'll do. We'll house more folk. I'm gonna unlock that big giant head and build a couple of those. As part of the recipe for the big giant head, I'm going to need sand, so I will be gathering some sand, and we'll get the Mark II bot speed upgrades as well. Get those going. I'm going to need to create some more panel makers. These three are not keeping up. And then finally we will move all of the in preparation for tier 4 food, the mushroom soup and the stewed berries I'm going to start storing into storage boxes and get the folk feeders to pick up from the storage boxes instead of just from this area over here. And okay, that's what we will do this episode. Before I start with all of that, I do need to make sure that I do a couple other things first. First things first, I'm going to need some more bots. I'm going to need to create more tree choppers. Tree chopper, go. And I'll take the first one. And I'm going to update. And I remember adding a wait 10 seconds into their program for some reason early in the game, and I just never took it away. So I'm taking that away now. They must just go straight into doing their thing. And I need to stop and start the 5 existing tree choppers. Most of them are good to go. If hands, yeah, that's good. Okay. Then what else do I need to do? Oh, one of the other things that happened in, well, I'm not sure when it happened, if it was in between the last episode or in the last episode. There was a vehicle assembly unit that finished. I'd just like to build that, get that going. At some point in time in the near future, I'll be wanting to make some vehicles. And then yes, the stick storage. I'm going to move the stick storage, and that is going to cause some bots to have a bit of uninterruptedness. For instance, oh, hello. I will get back to those interrupted bots in a moment. So our construction technology finished. I'll be able to make a wood beam. Box frame. That's for my backpack. Box frame, triangle frame, and parquet flooring. Okay. Parquet flooring. That's just planks. No, I'm good with using the ugly crude flooring. There's no benefit specifically to use the parquet flooring over the crude flooring, I think. There's a benefit here for the crude road over the stone track, and I'll get to that eventually. Alright, so I'll move the stick storage. That might interrupt the forest. Yes, it does. What's in your hands? So might as well just do that if hands empty and repeat and all that. Okay, cool. And other guy that would have been interrupted is the BP sticks. I'll just stop and start him. And I think the spade guys. It's this guy, the second one. He moves the sticks around. Okay, that's right. But he's fine, so he will fetch that. I think that's the only bots that use the sticks. So I wanted to move that closer to this area so that specifically the spade guys can be a bit quicker, as well as the axe. Here we go. Okay, he's good as well. All right. What else did I want to do? Right, let's do the panels quick. I'm going to create 3 more panel makers. Is it a good workbench? It's a structural workbench. Oh, okay, I need 1 more. So I'll do that. Floor. That's right, I'll just make floor everywhere. Alright. Panel. Let me just go and make more bots while I'm at it, because I'm gonna need way more bots. This is a panel. Do I have that yet? Almost. Am I running down stone? Yes, I am. I've been making lots of lots of stone tricks. Alright. I can just move this guy into position. Panel. Alright. I think what I can do, I can just copy. Yeah, okay, that's good. I already have a base panel program, which I don't want to link, I just want to copy, because then I can just say move to structural workbench. So I saw a trick the other day, you can select multiple items like this, and then choose the target in one of them, and they all update. And then this one I want to do as well. Oh right, that's right. They need a brain upgrade. So he's going to be number 4. So I'll give that to you, and why not? Oh, I can't give him a sensor upgrade. Okay, never mind. Okay, so off you go. So now hopefully I will increase the number of panels that I'm making, so that the game can just keep going, man. Panels on such short supply. All right. Okay. So now we're going to start on housing our folk, more folk at least. So first things first, I need to make a little bit of space over here and move these guys. I don't want to put them all the way to the edge, because their WAV pops out of the house. So I will do that. Eventually I guess I could make 3 rows of 5, but I'm just going to make 3 rows of 3 right now. Let me just interrupt this quick. I don't need that much. Okay, so I'm going to need to make a couple of log cabins, and I'll need to make some more folk. Log cabins, so I need 3 log cabins, please. And these are also, I didn't realize these are 3-staged ones. I did not know that they were in different stages when I bought them in the first place. Okay, so to make folk, we need folk seeds, which I just click a button over here and a folk seed pops out. So I'm going to need 3 folk seeds. And then I pop the folk seed in here, and I need to provide this thing with some food. And yeah, I can just grab some spice berries. So technically 4 is slightly too much. 3 spice berries and a mushroom does the trick, but this will do. Okay, and then we've got 1 folk. There you go, grab 3 more. Or 4 more. I can't do that yet. I have to put a seed in first. Pop in the seed. Make a baby. That's how you do it, folks. It's a seed and food. That's what it takes to make a baby. A seed and some food. Okay, I've got 3 folks. Right. So, okay, the log cabins are almost done. Alright, log cabins are getting done. Wait. Then that's done, and that one is almost done. In the meantime, I will pick up a folk and drop them in there. And there's our plan done. That will give us Santa hat and coat, some Mark 1 variants, which doesn't really matter, and ta-da! The wonder, the mystical stone head wonder. And a commemorative slab. Alright. And then that's the last one. I will pick that up. I'm just going to house them. And my bots will just immediately give them clothes, give them food, and off we go. Alright. Okay. We have now 12 folk. So that's that. What I'll do is I will queue up a few of these guys. Just 2. I think it's fine. And I really should queue up some more of those. And we can pick these up. Okay, perfect. Right. So, you'll notice these need sand. So let's go with the sand. What do we need for sand? We need to store sand. Sand gets stored in silos. So I'll queue some of those up. Do we have enough bots? We do have enough bots. So then... Oh, I shouldn't have queued up so many. There we go. Get that one done. Alright, so the closest sand to the base is, it's either this section over here, or the section over here, I think. The water. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, similar to the water, I'm going to have one guy standing close to the sand and just putting it into silos, or into a silo, and then I'm going to have a couple moving from that silo into a more central storage area for the sand that can be used. And at the moment, I think the blueprints is the only reason for the sand. Sand will get needed for making bricks and mortar and stuff, so I'll store the sand, I guess, in this section. Yeah, right. Okay, so I want to... Yeah, okay. So let's just make the sand be... there's sand. Okay, so I can make it like that. Okay. So we're going to have a sand collector. So what you're going to do, and I'm going to use the same trick as I do with the water gatherer. So I'm going to take a bucket, and stow it. So repeat until hands full, and that, no, not repeat, if hands empty. But then also if hands are empty, first thing to do is, if his hands are empty, get a bucket out of his backpack. If his hands are still empty, which means there was nothing in his backpack, he needs to go and go to the bucket storage and take a bucket, put it in the backpack. Take a bucket, put it in the backpack, and then take a bucket and put it in. The stow held item will fail, or will successfully run, but he will not be able to put something in his backpack, so he will still have a bucket in his hands, which means that the repeat until hands full will be satisfied, and then that's the end of that. Then once he's done that, he will then have a bucket in his hands and 2 in his backpack, and then I can make him go and fetch sand. And that's this general area, and it's going to be quite a big area, but I'll just make it a bit smaller. In that area, please. That's fine. And then once that is a crude bucket with sand, drop it in there. And do that forever. So he'll just keep on doing this until his hands are empty. Then he'll take it out. Yeah, that's it. That's all he needs to do. Wait, come back here. I'll just give you a bucket for now. And then you can just fetch sand and put it in the silo. Forever. Alright. Then I can there. So I'll put the final sand over there. Then I'm going to have a sand carrier. Now he's going to have a similar thing with filling his hands with buckets. If hands are empty, retrieve. Otherwise, just go and get a bucket and stow. Do that until your hands are full, and do this if your hands are empty. Okay, so that takes care of filling his hands and backpack with empty buckets. Then I need him to fetch sand over here with whatever's in his hand. So repeat until held object is full, and cycle held item down. So he will have a bucket there, bucket there, bucket there. All of them will be empty. You will have an empty, empty bucket. Move to the sand storage, fill that bucket, and put it in there. That one goes there, that one goes into his hands. That will be empty, so he will cycle that until his hands and his backpack is full of full buckets. Then we go to the final sand storage and do that as well. Repeat until held object empty, and then cycle down. There we go. Forever. Okay, that's good. So that's the normal full bucket, or full hands and backpack with empty buckets. Yeah, I think that's good. I will give you a bucket to start with. No, actually I don't want to give you a bucket to start with. I'm just going to go and drop the bucket over there. He can go and fill his... Where did I just put that bucket? Don't know if I put it in there. And what I'll do is I'll just provide some... Really? Oh, he doesn't care about the road. Of course he doesn't. I wonder if I can make him a path like this. And if he will follow it. Let's see. He does too. Ah. Oh, okay. There was one. He didn't care much for the bottom one. Okay. There we go. So now we've got sand going. And that was all in aid of being able to create a BP sand. So you need to please, and I'm not going to bother with him having many buckets in his backpack and stuff. He can just go and fetch a bucket if his hands are empty. And if his hands are empty, well, and then do that. No, not right click, guys. Hey. Okay. So now we show you. Okay, there we go. So you can pick up your repeat that until held object is full. If held object is not full, then find the blueprint. In the blueprints area it needs sand. And do that favor. So he will have nothing in his hands. So he'll go get a bucket. Bucket is empty, i.e. bucket is not full. He will go and fill bucket and again take it there, and then he's going to do that favor. Okay. Not particularly efficient, but it's blueprints. It doesn't need to be uber efficient. I'll just go and drop that off. Okay. And there he goes. Okay, great. So we'll have the big giant head built soon. And now that we have sand, guess what we can do? We can do the sand research, because I still don't have a coconut, or not too interested in the poultry farming right now because it's tier 1, don't care. The bee nest, I read you can go and smack the nests with a mallet and that will fall on the ground and you can pick it up and move it around. We will do that later. But I've got sand now, so I can go and fetch some sand and do the research. And that will give us bricks and mortar, etc, etc. Okay. And let me go and put the bucket down. Okay. Right. That's the end of sand. We don't need to do anything else for sand. Sand is taken care of. This will just keep happening. I am not in a rush for the sand guy, so maybe I'll just, in between episodes, just go and upgrade the BP sand guy to do the whole bucket and backpack thing. Okay, what's next? Next up is our Bot Speed Upgrade Mark 2. Let me just sort these out quick. BP sand can go into the BP. Alright. Okay, so bot speed upgrade Mark II, or the good speed upgrade. So that bot uses it, and this guy. So I'm just going to bring them over here. Please stop, come here. Drop what's on the ground. Okay. So let me go and... Oh! Apparently a Mark 1 speed upgrade is litter to be swept away. Alright. That's fine by me. Alright, okay, so bot speed upgrade, the good one is this one. And what it needs good gears, which I'm making over there, but it also needs a crude axle, which I don't have. So let me make a crude axle, and I think, yeah, it's the wood shaping bench. So the wood shaping bench is where that gets made. Yep, I'll just add it in there. There's a good gear, and that can do beautiful. Okay, so I need to train up a crude axle bot. Let me do that right now. Crude axle. This will be an easy one. So he will go and fetch a pole and stick it into his backpack twice. Then he will go and get a log, drop the log at the wood shaping bench. Then his hands will be empty. Fetch the pole out of the backpack, put it in the wood shaping bench. Fetch the next pole, put it in the wood shaping bench. Then his hands are all empty. The axle would have been built, and off you go into picking it up and putting it in storage. Off you go. That takes care of the crafter for the poles. That means I can... Where's my speed upgrader guy? Alright. So now he can make a fairly simple good speed upgrade. So that will be a fetch me a good gear, and drop it off over there. So that I need to do twice, because a good gear is big. You can't fit 4 in his hands. So do that twice. Let me actually myself do that twice. Okay, so he will have done that put 4 in there, fetch an axle and do that. And then pick it up and drop it in storage, please. And do that until the station is empty. I think that's it. That should do it. Let's just watch him. Yep, that does it. And then we can rename you Mark II Speed. Oh, there's no axles. Is my axle guy a little bit slow? Yeah, alright. Well, that's gonna happen. Oh, hello. My crude axle guy is... Whoops. Alright, he will catch up. He was making axles and... yeah, okay. That's my mistake. Okay, so that's fine. that sorts out the speed upgrade. He will now be able to do that. Then the next guy we need to just reprogram is the speed upgrade. This is our roaming upgrading guy. I want every bot on the map to have a 2x speed upgrade. So absolutely you need to go and fetch over there. If your hands are empty, then just please fill your hands with 2x speed upgrades. And then find a bot that does not have a 2x or a good bot speed upgrade and upgrade them. And in the meantime, what I will do is I will just give you a speed upgrade, and that pops out that pops out the 1x speed upgrade. Okay, so you go. He's gonna stand and wait there for a bit until the what's his name? The Mark II speed. This guy. So he's looking for good gears. Yeah, alright. So it will eventually happen. It will slowly happen, and I can probably speed things up a little bit by maybe making more gear and or axle creators, but yeah, I'm okay with it taking a little bit long. The one last thing that I need to do before I move on from the speed upgrades is I do need to create a cleaner, Mark I speed fetcher. So as our upgrader is running around, I did, yeah, yes, I did. It's great. I didn't have to reprogram him. He follows the he follows Wonderbot around, and that's going to end up that there will be Mark I speed shoes just lying all over the map. So I need to have this guy find them and pick them up and throw them in one of these. So what I'll do is I'll just, now that they're finished, I'll pick one up and I'll, I guess, put it over there. Give him a, alright, so now anything that I just put into it, I'll grab the pumpkin. Right click, bye bye pumpkin, gone. Never to be seen again. So I can't do this guy quite yet because there are no Mark I speed items lying around. So I will just leave him there for now. And let's move on. The next thing in the episode is moving tier 3 food into storage. So I'm going to want to do that. Do I have enough bots? Let's just make some more bots. So what I'm going to accomplish here is the bots that are currently feeding berries and mushrooms to the folk, they just fetch those things straight from the pots over here. So I would definitely want them to not do that. So let me place some of these in the storage that I just created, and I'll retrain them to fetch from the storage. So that's an easy one to fix. And then I'll just need to train 2 more bots to take from this area and put in the storage. So that should be fairly quick. So the berry feeder, you need to please pick up from there, and I think they can only carry one, but you know what? in case their hands get bigger and they can carry more than one. Why not? Alright, okay, there we go. Our sand research is done. A crude dredger, basic tool to remove soil and sand from the world so water can flow. Okay, so if I want to move water somewhere, nice. I can just create a river. I can create mortar now and bricks and a good bucket. Alright. Brick flooring, brick wall, crude mortar mixer. Okay, that's gonna have to wait until another episode. So you do that. Let me just plop that in there. Alright, you need to please fetch your mushroom soup from storage. And let's do that until your hands are empty, until your hands are full, just in case. Alright. Okay, and you as well. Okay, there we go. So the folk feeders will get their food from the storage instead of from the pots. That means I can just do food stewed berries to storage. And all they have to do is pick up from an area. Whoa. 7x1. That area there, please. Repeat until your hands are full. Go drop off over there. Until your hands are empty. Do that if your hands are empty, and do that favor, please. Off you go. And you will be food, mushroom, soup to storage. And exactly the same thing. So if you recall, my food creators, they will only create food if this last pot is empty or is not full. So there we go. So this will eventually start filling up. That's fine. Alright. So that's that done. Do I have any Mark 1 speed upgrades lying around yet? Not yet. Okay. How's the... Oh, the panels are doing beautifully. Wonderful. Good gears. I'm gonna need to create a second good gear guy. What else? I think I'll do that after this episode. Oh, before I carry on, let's just see quick what research I can do next. Oh, there's so much to do. The metal ore, yeah. So next episode, I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get the metal ore going. And the reason I need metal ore next episode is for tier 4 food. Well, before we do that, for tier 4 food, here's the tier 4 food: berry jam. It needs a cauldron, and a cauldron needs metal ore. So a cauldron is a crude cooking pot that's been upgraded with these things. I've got everything except for the metal ore. So next episode I'm going to have to create a metal farming area. But in the meantime, what I'll do is a windmill, I don't know, clay station pots. Yeah, in actual fact, I know I'm going to need that. I need a clay pot raw. Where are my raw clay pots? There. So the jam, the berry jam needs oh, it's and honey. Oh, okay, I'm gonna have to do the hive next episode as well. All right. So I'm not actually sure what this research is going to give me. Okay. Well, anyway, that's fine. Yep. So I'll get the Mark II bot, or the good bot speed upgrades going, so that I can get this guy going. I suppose I can just drop his shoe on the floor and then make him do that. But no, next I want him to have a good speed. I can clean that up. Alright, so that is the end of this episode. Thank you very much for sticking with it, and thank you very much for joining me. My name is Newt, and you've been watching the Custard Experience. Please like, subscribe, comment, share as much as you would like. We'll see you next time. See ya.